So, right now in Congress, they're trying to decide on gun control. And there is a ton of people up there yelling out and protesting, saying basically if they prevent terrorists from buying guns through the system, because that's how bad guys get their guns. They buy them legally through the system and then they kill people, right? It's not like the federal government could be hiring people to legally buy guns so they can have record of them on file and then track them down way after they kill everybody. It's not that uh, you take guns off the street and less people will die, because Lord knows nobody was dying until they invented guns. There was no other weapon on planet Earth that was used to massacre families by the millions in other countries, killing people off like crazy. Nothing else. Only guns were able to do that. Assault rifles. Because apparently the Native Americans only had guns because they produced them. They weren't somehow traded them or given them some kind of way by any I don't know, explorers might have traded them to them, or you know, slaves weren't transferred to other countries for more guns in other countries. It's not like we don't produce guns and weapons and send them to other countries so they can terrorize other countries, because that'd be crazy, because we're America, the land of the free, home of the brave. We don't we don't sell our people out like that. We don't have jobs overseas. All our stuff's in America, right? Yeah, it's not like everybody here is so sane that if they had road rage, they would just resort to assault rifles to instill violence into the public. No, no. Nobody's that crazy. Could they be that crazy? I doubt it, because, I mean, they're voting on it, and gun control is obviously the solution to making sure people don't die. It's not like you can get so angry at somebody that you could run them over with your car or beat them to death with a rock or stab them in the eye with a screwdriver. I mean, people don't die in prison, right? Prison's like a kill-free zone because nobody has guns. Um, it's not like cops will just friendly all over and just like not shooting people. I mean, they're doing it because they feel threatened 100% of the time. Tamir Rice, Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin. They apparently they looked like they were carrying assault rifles and they were going to kill somebody, so somebody had to off them, right? That makes perfect sense. That's why they're dead, and nobody went to jail for their murders. The cops pretty much do whatever they want, but the people got to go to court, and they go to jail if they do something just as bad. But only if we have assault rifles, because assault rifles is the number one problem in the country. That's the issue. It's assault rifles. Not vehicular homicide, not stabbing people, not creating diseases and distributing it through the black community, like AIDS. Not sending out crack to the community to get everybody hooked on that. Not even the homosexual agenda to sterilize the whole race, They don't want to sterilize people. There's absolutely no cases of the government or the CDC sterilizing people at abortion clinics or Planned Parenthood, because everything's good. Racism's dead. But I mean, white people say the N-word is racist, but they the ones that made it negative. I'm so confused right now, because it's like, I say nigga as a term of endearment, but if I'm perceived as a nigger, it's only racist if another white person hears it, or if I take it to court and I use it against them for saying that. But then it's my fault if I was acting that way. Then you got a bunch of niggas shooting each other. But I'm pretty sure in Chicago they don't have a legal gun issue. Pretty sure they got those guns some other kind of way. So we're teaching them not to shoot each other, or are we teaching them that guns are bad? Because if we teach them guns are bad, then how will they ever grow to respect the fact that it can be used as a hunting tool or A self-defense tool. Yeah, I'm even more confused now because basically we should fear guns. And then we got houses full of kitchen knives. So if we get rid of all the guns, nobody's going to have the urge to kill each other? Or will they have more of an urge to kill each other? Because, I mean, with anger, you can pretty much use a table leg to beat somebody to death. Aren't all those murder mystery games based on the butler beating somebody with a candelabra? So blunt force trauma is not a issue. That's not a crime. So there's going to be more dudes walking around that were already like domestic abusers, beating up chicks and assaulting chicks. So because they don't have guns, they're going to be safe. There's going to be rapists walking around getting off because the judge says that the sentence is going to be too harsh for them or because they're too young. Like that kid, I forget his name, but he raped that girl and they basically let him off with a slap on the wrist, and his dad was like, why should he be punished for like 20 minutes of fun? I mean, of course, because she had it coming, right? Because of how she was dressed. Because, you know, depending on how a girl's dressed, that's going to determine how you treat her. Or if you decide to rape her, because that's what rape is about. What she's wearing, because that's her fault. So basically, if you have a gun or assault rifle, your destiny is to kill people, because that's what assault rifles do. They kill people. Man, legislation and government is so confusing. It's not like we the people are fighting amongst each other, confused about which party is which, thinking the Democrats are for black people and the Republicans are racist. It's not like the parties were switched in the 1960s by Lyndon B. Johnson. There's no way he could have said, oh, those niggers will be voting for Democrat for the next 200 years. I'm just saying, look it up if you don't believe me, if it sounds too crazy. But, you know, life just is what it is. It's a bunch of confusion and it's a clusterfuck because we're fighting amongst ourselves when we should be working together, but the pussification of America has us not even disciplining our own kids. We're over here talking about the government needs to do this, needs to do that, but then when we get their assistance, we're on welfare, and then we complain about how much money they give us instead of trying to make our own. That 1%, man, they really got it figured out. See, they kept their circle small. 1% of kept their circle small, so now the majority is out fighting against each other. Even middle class is damn near poor. It's like once you're not in middle class, you screwed. I don't know, man. This is just something I was pondering. It's just crazy to watch all this stuff happen, unfold on TV. I don't know. But if you got, you know, a difference of opinion and you want to chop it up with me or talk about it, just go to @CaptainHerbalFit on Instagram, @CaptainHerbalFit on Twitter. I mean, because I'm confused, so I might need some mental clarity. Holla at me.